Hello and welcome. You're on Friday Double Bill. This is that show where we tell you, or we at least try and discuss all the films that are playing at a theatre near you. We also let you know from our end whether we think that particular film is a Dekho or Peko in the theatres. Bahubali is a massively scaled legend directed by S.S. Rajamouli. We see a little child seemingly banished from his kingdom. His mother dies trying to save his life. The kid grows up in a small hamlet to become a man blessed with extraordinary strength. The kingdom he originally belonged to draws him in finally. People in this kingdom recognize him soon as they see him. This is where he discovers both the love and the story of his life as the audience is treated to stunning battle and action sequences.
You know, Mayank, you must be the only person on this earth who hasn't seen Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Now, if you have, as most of mankind has, you will understand that the scale of the sequences, the battle scenes, the production values are of at such an epic level that we call this the golden age of television.
Right.
All of us over here, pine for the day that we could do something like this, that there is a possibility to have the budget to mount something and to have the visual effects, to do it at the kind of production value that would be worthy of India. I'm delighted to say that with this film, we are kind of getting there. It has been a mind-blowing experience submitting ourselves to this 2 hours, 40 minutes of sheer spectacle, sheer production value. This story is as unoriginal as it gets. It's as old as Moses, quite literally, because, this is a story of Moses and Pharaoh, and it's constantly right through legends of history. You find this in all cultures. The entire treatment of this film, and in fact some fantastic powerhouse performances, is I think what really completely captures the audience, and we are going to wait for a sequel. I mean, they end it at a place where there's a cliffhanger, and you're actually, for the first time I think in Indian cinema, waiting with bated breath for a sequel that will come out in 2016. What did you think?
Well, absolutely. I think the fact that you mentioned a television show to start with, this really felt like that because it really ends not as a film of its own, but something that you will look forward to in terms of the picture, the sequel that will come out in 2016 is what they mentioned.
That's right.
Also, I felt, that was slightly late into the movie, in the sense I came, I think, 5 or 6 minutes when the movie had already started. And, I got a sense that maybe I'm missing out on something that's already happened in the film. But as it turned out, the backstory comes up in the second half of the film. So the first half really was, the film in terms of its plot was just flying in the air according to me because, I didn't get a sense of exactly how they're going to hold it together. So yes, they'd use, structure very differently in that sense. But of course, this is not exactly the world's best plot, certainly not the most original plot as you rightly put it. But yeah, well, I've not seen Game of Thrones, and I know you would like me to, and I will at some point or the other. It's never too late to start. But you can see certain references here and there to movies that we've seen, the Hollywood movies that we've seen in the past. A lot of people, when they saw the promo, they immediately said 300. Yes, there's a sense of that as well. This, of course, you see a little bit of Troy and a whole lot of pictures in the same genre that we've seen in the past. But hey, we've seen nothing like this on an Indian screen before. Trust me, you.
Mayank, S.S. Rajamouli has garnered such a formidable reputation as a director with such eclectic kind of cinema. I mean, his the one about the fly,
it's the only one I've
Ego,
seen.
and
Iga.
then Iga, and which was known as Makki in it's quite a trip. I mean, it needs a certain kind of crazy, whacked out sensibility and technical prowess in order to pull off films like that. He's also got Magadira.
Although I have to say that I didn't like Iga too much purely because of the performance and stuff, not so much for the concept, which is very original.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I mean, here we are with these kind of films. At least this man is pushing the envelope. And yes, this film is quite derivative in many ways. But then, as we always say, nakal ke liye bhi akal ki zarurat hoti hai. I was, the first 10 minutes there was, which you missed, I think, there was such amateur acting of this village Hamlet and the bumpkins and all of that I said, oh my God, we're going to be subjected to this nonsense for 2 hours, 40 minutes. But then, he quickly gets over that and he gets into the heart of the film, and then that you're really rooting for them all the way through. The other thing that I must say is I was very impressed with the female performers. They all have powerful roles. They have some wonderful kick-ass, literally kick-ass fight sequences. And more power to them, go feminists. And of course, when it's all machismo and Bahubali and all that, it's so refreshing to have powerful female protagonists as well.
Well, Fahad, I think nakal ke liye akal se zyada for a film like this, you need money. I think I don't even know the budget of this film, but even then, so it would be at least 1/10 of what a Hollywood movie made at a similar scale would be. So it takes someone from down south, a director of some serious grit and determination, to pull off a picture like this that I think is almost world class here in terms of its visuals, in terms of the art direction, as you've already mentioned. And I'm thinking in my head, if we have that kind of wherewithal to pull off a legend of this nature, perhaps even mythology, I think what we're really waiting for is a picture that is along the lines of Lord of the Rings, but is taking, say, Mahabharata, for instance, to the world, to be watched by everyone in the world. If we can do this, I have a feeling we can actually reach those levels. We make world-class cinema, because it's as world-class, at least as American in terms of its production design as it gets. And here we are making the same kind of superstar movies made by the same studios that makes far superior work when they're back home in the US. So what is Bollywood now? Bollywood is Disney, Bollywood is Viacom 18, Bollywood is say Fox, or for that matter even Sony. So I think that kind of money, if they can put into a picture of this nature to make it global, I think we stand a great chance.
Well, some of these studios did put a lot of money into a film like, say, Bombay Velvet. And unfortunately, it turned out to be a debacle. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a blockbuster. It certainly deserves to be a blockbuster of epic proportions. It's also multilingual, so therefore it has a pan-Indian appeal. And these are stories that we've all grown up with. We know the idiom, we understand the sensibilities. It's speaking to us in a language, not just literally the language, but also the film language that we completely identify with. So I'm saying, थिएटर में देखो, इसी हफ्ते देखो, और जब सीक्वल आए उसे भी देखो.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more, Fahad. This is a film that is so majestic, it stuns you into submission. I'm already looking forward to the sequel. I think you should certainly catch the first part, that is obviously in the theatre, isi weekend pe. Well, that was Friday Double Bill, guys. Do let us know what you thought of the movies. Do let us know what you think of the show. And yes, please do subscribe to the channel.